Miss Andre here, aka the Barefoot Bombshell, and I got a request from one of my lovely friends here on YouTube, and they wanted to know what I look like without makeup. Ta-da! Here I am, no makeup on. He also wanted me to do my full everyday face for you on camera. So before I get started actually putting makeup on my face, I just want to show you guys how I prep my skin for the makeup. One of the things I do is I just take one of those basic facial wipes. You can get these things at the 99-cent store. And I already washed my face. I just go over it really quick and just make sure that it's nice and clean. I add a skin whitener. I do have discolorations in my skin. I've talked about that. And so I basically just kind of go over the affected areas, which are my cheeks. I'm just going to put on one of these ginseng and vitamin E oil caplets. Okay, so as I told you guys before, I do have discolorations on my face. So this is what I do to keep from having to pile on loads of makeup. I do spot treatments. It's kind of like, you know, if you were painting a wall and there were some areas that had marks on it, you would give those areas TLC. That's what I'm doing. So I'm just going to go and I'm going to add a lighter concealer to my cheeks because that's where my discoloration is. Okay, so that's all done. And obviously my discolorations aren't completely gone, but at the same token, I didn't put on 50,000 tons of makeup. So the next thing I do is I basically go in with what would be a bronzer for someone of fairer complexion. And I just put it on one of these kabuki brushes. And I go ahead and this kind of helps also just kind of set the tone. And I mean, if you could see how little powder I'm getting on this brush, it's not that much at all. Okay, so then I'm going to come back with my Moroccan red clay mix that I talked to you guys about in my Moroccan clay. And I just go ahead and I dip a flat brush like this in it. I've got my flat-tipped brush here, dipped in my Moroccan red clay, and I'm really going to start just blending this in. And I'm careful to tap off any excess because I'm not trying to over-apply. And this is the foundation that I made myself, and I talk about it in detail in my Moroccan red clay video, so if you haven't watched that, check it out. And I explain how I decided to create my own concealer. So again, if you could, I have very little powder. I'm done. My foundation is done. You can see my face is really clear. And you know, it's not flawless, but my natural skin isn't flawless, so it looks nice, but I don't look like I have like a ton of makeup on. I don't feel like I have a makeup at all, so I'll just come back with the eye portion and we'll get started from there. Now I'm ready to actually focus on my eyes, and what I do basically is I apply a primer. And I don't use a typical primer. I just basically use any sort of cream eyeshadow, or sometimes I'll use a concealer, just something for the eyeshadow to adhere to. And I'll just do a really natural eye for you guys, because I mean, I'm not going anywhere anyway. So basically I go in with a I'll show you what palette I'm using. This is just a palette by Profusion. I got this thing at the swap meet for like $5. It's got tons of colors in it, and they're actually pretty pigmented. But anyway, I'm just going to go in with like a light sand, and I just dab that on my brow bone. And I'm going to apply it over here. Same thing, light sand, and I dap it on my... And then I go in with just a traditional brown, and you know, if you were fair complected, you would use a tone that matches, or sorry, a shade that matches your skin. So I'm just going to go and apply that underneath. And then I'm going to just go in with a black, and this is just like a smoky eye palette by Milani, and it's a little bit of a shimmery black, and I just kind of swoop that really lightly, not too much. Like I said, this is just an everyday whatever. And I'm doing that on the other side. Just gonna swoop it in there. I just make sure the application is nice and even. And I'm not sure how well these colors are going to show up on camera, but they look nice here. Then basically what I do is I just take a mascara, and I just brush it over my brows to create a little extra color and thickness. Nothing too fancy, nothing too crazy. I'm going to have to put too much on that one. Whatever, we'll fix it. The last thing that I do is I apply a eyeliner. I'm sorry, this isn't the last thing. The last thing I'm going to do is put false eyelashes on, but I'm not going to do that on camera because I did a video on it, and it's the same method that I use in that video. Okay, so the only thing I have left to complete this look for me, if I was ready to leave the door, is put my false eyelashes on and my jewelry, and then I'd be ready to go. Maybe a little lip gloss. So anyway, if you want to see how I do my false eyelashes, check out that video that I have on how I apply my false eyelashes. But I'll just come back to you guys with a completed look. I'll have my false eyelashes on and all that other stuff, my lip gloss, and I'll put on a pair of earrings, and that's what I do every morning. I have my lovely long false eyelashes on, and I put some lip gloss on for you guys. So I am all ready to go except my final diva touch. You guys know me. Gotta put that hair ornament in my hair. You know I have to do something a little extra over the top. So here I am. You got to see what I look like when I first wake up from my beauty sleep. Please tell me that it's beautiful, and if you don't think so, just don't say anything. And then you can see me now all glammed up, my natural way. This is as low-key as it gets, guys. This is my low-key makeup. This is my everyday, I don't want to think about what I'm doing look. And this is how I would look when I actually go check the mail. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope I answered any of the questions that you had. If you have more, just send me a message, and I will talk to you guys later.